Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have a video for you that is full of bunnies, either for spring or Easter. But before we get there, I just want to welcome you. If you're new here, my name is Brenda, and this is my sleepy Oliver who just got a haircut. And if you're returning, we love you so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So I'm going to take one of these eggs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the paper from the front using my heat gun to release some of that glue. Now this did come off on some pretty nice size strips, which is a little easier than normal. But if you don't want to do this, if you want to recreate this project, you can always just paint the back and then cover the front with like some shipping paper or something. Once I got that top layer of paper removed, I spritzed it down with some water, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then I'm taking my paint scraper here to just scrape off that bottom layer of paper and any excess glue. And then I did kind of wipe it down with a little bit of Goo Gone just to remove any tackiness from it. Then I'm going to paint the front and the back with the Waverly chalk paint and the color Snow White. And then once it was dry, I took this little bunny rabbit from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use my heat gun again to remove the top of the ear and then the little bunny tail here. The bunny tail was a little thicker, so I used my paint scraper there. Then I'm going to paint the whole thing white. And you're probably asking, well, why did you remove those? Well, you'll see. So after that, I took my egg here and I just covered it with Mod Podge, and I'm just going to brush it all in. And then I'm going to let it sit and dry, which doesn't take very long. I'm going to do the same thing with my bunny rabbit. While that was drying, I added some Mod Podge to the front of my rabbit, and I went over the whole front just because I wanted it to have the same look. Then once my egg was dry, I took this beautiful purple napkin that I just found at Dollar Tree. I loved it and had to get it. If it wasn't purple, I wouldn't have gotten it, but you know me, I love purple. It's my favorite color. So I laid it on top of the egg, and I'm going to cover it with my parchment paper to protect that napkin while I go over it with my heat press. And the heat press reactivates that Mod Podge so that the napkin sticks to the egg. And you can also do this with an iron if you don't have it on steam. And I have this little heat press set on the highest level. Once I was done, I just lightly covered it with some more Mod Podge very carefully because you don't want to rip that napkin, but you want that Mod Podge on there as a protective layer. Then I took this beautiful napkin I also got from Dollar Tree. The minute I saw both of them, I thought they would be perfect together. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush right here. I'm dipping it in my water, and I'm just going to round the image, and then I'm just going to tear all that part off that's on the top of my napkin. Then I'm going to lay it where I want it on my bunny rabbit, and I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the egg and the parchment paper with the heat press, just to have that napkin stick onto my bunny. And then I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge as well. But before I do all of that, I decided to cut out a little butterfly. I'm going to add it to the ear. And then, like Kathy Jo would say, and then, she's going to kill me. I'm going to cover it again with some more Mod Podge and let it dry. Once those were dry, I went ahead with my finger sander and sanded off all the extra napkins. With the bunny rabbit, I did have to use a finger file for the smaller areas. Then I decided to paint this pink instead of white, and I glued it back on. And then instead of that other wood tail, I used a fluffy bunny tail on that bunny. And then I'm just using my Distress Oxide, and this is in the color Vintage Photo. No, I thought I used Espresso. It's one of those. Maybe it was Vintage Photo. I don't know. And if you don't like distressing, you don't have to do that. But I did that on the bunny and the egg. Then I had some of this ribbon in my stash, and I just cut it down, glued a piece to the neck, and then I'm just going to make a little bow with this other piece here. And then I'm going to glue that right on to the other ribbon around its neck. And I do end up cutting the ends at an angle just to give it a little nicer edge. Then I'm going to use my Tite Bond Quick and Thick surface glue, and I'm going to put this on the back of the bunny. This is for the permanent hold, and then the hot glue is for the immediate hold. And I'm just going to glue that bunny right in front of the egg. And then these are little wood stickers from Dollar Tree. I found them in my stash. I think I got them from Kathy Jo, actually. I painted them both white, and then I'm just going to distress it as well. And I don't know if you can read that one. I think that's the espresso one. But I'm going to use my hot gun here to glue those right in place. And then I took some twine, cut it off, folded it in half, tied a knot on the end. And then the folded part, I'm going to string through the hanger hole here. And then you're going to put the knotted end through the folded end. I think that's how I did it. Yeah. And then tighten. And there we go. I think I made that hanger a little bit too long, but that's okay. I can always fix it. And there it is. I love this. It is so cute. It could be spring or Easter. I love those napkins. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Oh, I really hope you enjoyed that first project. I don't know, I was having a hard time getting inspired for this video, and I wanted to do Easter, and then I realized most of the stuff you could do either Easter or spring. But that's okay because I know a lot of you guys don't decorate for Easter, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the projects that I made. But I always like to stop in here and say hi to you guys and chat with you a little bit. As you can see, Mr. Oliver got his little haircut. I'll tell you, every time he gets a haircut, I have to remind myself that he is the same dog because he looks so teeny after his haircut, and I'm always worried our bed is kind of high. Yeah, I love you too. And I always worry about him jumping off the bed, and then I have to remind myself he does it all the time, even with all the hair. But yeah, he's best friends with the heating pad right now. He gets a little cold, and he likes to steal Dad's heating pad when Dad gets up from the couch. But our weather is changing. It's a little chilly right now. Well, not really that chilly. It's supposed to be 69 degrees today. Saturday we're supposed to get to 49 as a high. I'm like, oh my goodness. But next week's all supposed to be in the 70s. So he should survive this. Anyways, if you are new here and if you enjoy home decor on a budget, then I would love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. Talking about that, yes, I finally reached my 25,000. Woohoo! We are going to have a giveaway. I have not thought of all the stuff. So next video, I will give you all the details about the giveaway, and then we will go from there. So be watching. My next video is going to be on Monday. It's the Just Our Imagination Challenge. So yay, I'm excited. I can't wait. I might even do 3 giveaways this time instead of 2. Just, I don't know, just because I feel like it. But before we go on, if you are returning, you guys mean the world. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here at this 25,000 benchmark. And I appreciate all of you guys so very much. You guys just mean the world to me. And I think Oliver likes it too. So anyways, we'll get on with the video. So no more chit chatting. Let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So I'm going to take one of these hanging signs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to fill in those hanger holes with some spackling because I'm not going to need them. And then after that was done, I'm going to do a thick dry brushing with my white chalk paint all around this picture frame. A dry brushing is basically you'd put a small amount of paint on your paintbrush and then you just brush over it so it gives it a light coverage. After I had this all done, and I do also paint the back the same way as I did the front. And the sides, of course. So after I have this done, and I have to tell you, when you do it this way, it does paint a lot fast. I mean, dry a lot faster. I took this Essential Stencil Rub-On Transfer. I got this last year from Essential Stencils. I have seen them again this year, so I do believe they still have them. And I am just going to rub that image right onto the inside of my picture, pulling up that film, and then if I see any of the image pulling up with it, I just lay it back down and rub it again until it comes off clean. Then I took one of these wood frames from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint and the color Celery. I'm going to paint all around the front, on the inside of all of those little scrolly parts and edges. And then once it's dry, I'm just again going to use my Tite Bond glue and my hot glue. I'm going to go all around it and then glue it to the inside of my sign. There you go, just like that. I love those rub-on transfers. They're so pretty. And then I took some of these little mini flowers from Hobby Lobby, these mini roses. I always wait till they're 40% off. And I'm going to glue them on the bottom because it kind of matches the flowers around that bunny's hair or head. And then this is lamb's ear. I just love lamb's ear this time of year. I'm going to glue some on the bottom with that. And then I'm going to take 3 Jenga blocks from Miss Jackie Milton, who sent me a box of Jenga blocks. I glued 3 of them together and then another 2 together. And the set of 2 I'm going to glue on top of the set of 3, and then I'm going to paint it all with my Snow White color. Once that was all done and dried, I'm going to use my Tite Bond glue again, as well as hot glue. And I'm going to glue it to the back of my picture so that we have a stand so that it can stand on its own. And that is all I did with this. Super simple and easy. It could be Easter, it could be spring, it doesn't matter. It just depends on what you like, but I love it. And again, if you don't have these rub-on transfers, you could use any kind of bunny picture that you might have, or napkin. Okay, it's the time for a celebration of your recreations, and Carissa made these pretty pieces. I love them, especially the He Is Risen sign. And then adorable Corrine, she made all those little clothes from Dollar Tree fabric for her bunnies and gnomes. So cute. And then Lisa made this as well. I love it, Lisa. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing these with us. If you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to that email address listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. I'm going to take this 12-inch wood round from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint and the color Plaster. I do paint both sides. And then once it is dry, I found this saying on Cricut Design Space, so I printed or cut it out with some some stencil vinyl. And then I used my transfer tape here to transfer it onto my sign, and I'm just having to pull really hard to pull that piece off. And then I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Lavender. I do not use this very often, but it is a very pretty color. And I'm just going to go over all of the wordings with this lavender color and just kind of pouncing my brush up and down and making sure that everything has some coverage and gets covered nicely. After I'm all done here, I decided to go ahead and start pulling up my stencil vinyl. Well, as I was pulling it up, I was noticing it was pulling up some of my plaster paint. So I used my my dryer, whatever it's called, my heat gun, to dry it all, and then removed the rest of it, and it didn't pull up the paint. So I think I might have to start doing that. But I did touch up all that paint, and then I grabbed some of this wired jute. I got this from Dollar Tree. I haven't looked for it for a while, so I don't know if they have it still or not. But I am just making the shape of bunny ears and then twisting the 2 ends together. And then I'm just going to use my hot glue to glue it on to the back of my sign. And I'm just kind of tacking it with my hot glue here and there just to make sure that it stays up against my sign so that it doesn't move around. Then I took some of this ribbon. I don't know where I got this. Kathy Joe. No. I got this from Walmart at fall a couple of years ago. I'm going to make the awareness ribbon bow. I'm going to scrunch it up in the middle and tie it with some twine. This I just got. Yes, I know. I'm still not going overboard, but this was purple. I saw this at Sam's. I could not resist it. I had to buy some. So I made another bow just like I did with the first one. I'm going to tie it again with that twine. And then I'm going to knot it and dovetail the ends. And to dovetail the ends, you fold in half and cut at an angle. I did try to dovetail the ends of the brown one, but it didn't look right. So I just kind of trimmed it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to add my hanger to the back or to the hanger holes on this wood round here. And then I think, did I do anything else? Oh yeah, I'm going to add some of the lamb's ear to the top of my sign. I think I'm going to add 2 to each side. And then I decided, I love that. I kind of wish I would have added more, but it didn't look quite right. Maybe if I would have added it before the bow. But I just took some more of these little roses and glued them to the front of my bow. I'm going to do 3 of them. And then I'm going to do the same kind of thing on the bottom. I just loved that look so much. And I thought I'm going to add some to the bottom too. So I added 2 bigger leaves and then I glued some smaller leaves on top of them. And then I'm going to glue 3 more of those little roses right on the middle of that. And that's all there is for it. I really love this. Excuse me. I just think it's so pretty. Of course, I think it's pretty. It's purple, right? What can I say? Anyways, let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 4. So I'm going to take this wood piece from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it front and back, excuse me, with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. Once it was dry, I took some felt here. I folded it in half, and then right where that crease was, I brought in the end to fold it in a quarter. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I'm just kind of eyeballing what I think a bunny ear would look like. Now, I'm going to cut this out, but after I cut it out, I'm like, okay, that was really big. It was it was huge. So I did kind of just follow the outline and cut it down to the size that I wanted. And then after I had it cut down, I did use it. Did I show you this? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm going to use that pattern to trace out another ear on the other part of that felt and then cut that out. And then I'm just going to eye um, the same shape with this pink felt, and then I'm going to cut 2 of those pieces to go on the inside of my white bunny ear. So this is Fabric Fusion by Aleene's. Aleene's is the ones that make the tacky glue. I'm just going to, I bought this a while ago and I've just never used it. So I thought, oh, this would be perfect timing. So I'm going to glue it to my, glue the pink felt to the white felt. And then I'm going to take these little glasses, wood glasses I got off of Amazon. And I'm going to place them where I want them, and then I'm just drawing in some eyes, and I'm going to use my black Sharpie to color in the eyes. And then that little heart, oh, I'm going to add some little white dots too. But that little heart came from a barrette. Now, I bought this barrette a year or 2 ago, and I forgot I even had it. And I was looking for something one day and I found them and I'm like, oh my gosh. So when I was doing this, I thought, oh, that would be really cute if I could pop one of the hearts off the barrette, and it came right off. So it was perfect. So I glued that on for a nose, and then I'm going to use my black Sharpie to make some little freckles and whiskers. I end up using the regular size Sharpie. I was going to use the extra fine point, but it was just too fine. And then I'm going to draw in the mouth as well. And after that, I took those glasses and I painted them with Waverly chalk paint in the color Silver Lining. And I'm going to paint all around the edges and the front. And then after it's all dry, I'm going to use my Tite Bond glue. I'm just using my finger here to kind of smear it along the back of those glasses. And then I'm just going to lay it right over my eyes. And I just think this is so funny. Those cat eye ones, I should have grabbed some round ones. I think I would have liked that better, but they're still fun. I took my ears here. I'm going to fold them in half and glue them just on the bottom part because I want it to have that kind of scrunched look. And then I'm going to glue them both onto the back of my head, my bunny face. I should have probably still made him a little smaller. But anyways, I'm going to paint this 8-inch chunky wood slat from Dollar Tree with my white chalk paint as well. And then I'm taking my, I think this was Vintage Photo because it's what's sitting by me, and I grabbed it thinking it was my espresso. I did some distressing, but it's okay. It still looks good. I glued that bunny to that white chunky wood piece. I'm going using hot glue, and then I'm going to glue some moss all the way around using my hot glue, all the way around that base, just like you see. And I just kind of wanted this to look like the bunny's head sticking out of a flower garden. But I think the bunny head is kind of funny looking. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I just filled it up with these ranunculus, I think they call them. And I had these from last year. And I'm just going to continue using as much of the leaves and everything from that. I wanted it to look full and pretty. And there was some purple flowers from Dollar Tree that I had in my stash that I added to it as well. I don't even remember what they were called. Solace or Saltus or something, I think was something like that. Anyways, I added to the all the way around the bottom, and then I wanted to add some up on the top so it looked like it had a crown of flowers as well. And there it is. Those cat eye glasses crack me up. Anyways, I just think this is a really fun piece. You'll have to let me know what you think about this as well. And let me know in the comment box below. And here is the final reveal. I will be back again on Monday for the Just Our Imagination Challenge. It's going to be fun. But until then, you guys, I really hope you have a wonderful week and weekend. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video, all that fun stuff. And with all that being said, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.